Hey, I think we got it. 908 by 512. I'm working the kinks out, YouTube version of the show. We're usually a Facebook show, but we're trying out YouTube. I like a lot of it. It's a lot different, I'll tell you that. But it's a little bit more user friendly in a way, and then it's not in another way. But this is only my third or fourth attempt at doing a live feed from over here. But this is Conspiracy Theories and Chill. Thank you for stopping by. What we're going to talk about today, I thought it would be fun to talk about the Mandela Effect. Plus, I have a brand new Mandela on my channel, Me on Things and Stuff, where you're at right now. Check it out. Top 25 favorite Mandela effects. It's my brand new Mandela video. I uploaded it on the 11th. So it's only a couple days old. So go on and check that out after this feed. But we're going to talk about a few Mandelas that didn't make the list. Now, I broke down my 25 favorite Mandelas in the video. But we're going to talk about some that didn't make the list, that almost made it, but I wanted to keep the list at 25. It almost became a list of 50. But first, let me get into a little bit about what the Mandela Effect is. Now, the Mandela Effect gets its name from the fact that a lot of people remember Nelson Mandela dying in prison. They don't remember him getting out and becoming the leader of South Africa and all that. They remember him dying in prison. In our reality, of course, he went on to become the leader of South Africa and died in, I believe, I don't remember when, but long after he was released from prison. That's where it gets its name. I don't happen to share in that Mandela. I remember Mandela as the leader of South Africa and all of that. I remember him being released from prison, and I remember him dying much later. The one that's the godfather of them all, and this one did make it into my video, is the Berenstain Bears. They are the Berenstain Bears. In this current reality, they say that they're the Berenstain Bears, but they were never the Berenstain Bears. I remember those books. I loved those books as a child. I was in the little book club. I got one every month, and I never knew how to say it. I always wondered if it was Stein or Steen. If it was Stain, I wouldn't have had a problem sounding that out. But I never knew if it was Stein or Steen, and I always struggled with that. It was never Berenstain. But that's what these Mandelas are. Many people remember it being Berenstain, just like me. But it was never Berenstain in this reality. In this reality, it's always been Berenstain. And that's true with all of these Mandelas. It's not that they changed the name. It's not that they changed the logo. It's not that it's a new version of the movie or they edited out the scene. It's that that scene or that thing, that memory, does not exist in this reality. I've got a missing frame from my slideshow. I've got to figure that out and fix it. But if you're here, I'm going to talk about some Mandelas that didn't make the cut in my new video, but are still way up there. They should have, well, this first one I'm looking at right now should have been. I struggled with this one. It was almost on the list. But we're going to get into some of the honorable mentions from my list, and I'm doing this to promote the new video. So check out the top 25 favorite Mandela Effects video that just recently uploaded on this channel. But one of the first I'll start with, until we get some comments, is Beats by Dre. Do you remember the headphones by Dr. Dre? Very popular headphones, very expensive high-end headphones, Beats by Dre. I remember it as Beats by Dre, and I remember the advertising being everywhere. But it's always been Beats by Dr. Dre, which doesn't even sound right. I swear it was Beats by Dre, but as I said, in this reality, it was never Beats by Dre. It was Beats by Dr. Dre. Another one that I have to give a high up honorable mention to is from Star Wars. And it has to do with C-3PO's silver leg. Or gold leg. No, silver. I was right the first time. His whole body's gold. But he has one silver leg. And apparently he always did. I never noticed it. And they messed up on a lot of toys because some of the toys have him fully gold. A lot of the toys, actually. There's very few toys that you can find with the silver leg. But they say C3PO always had a silver leg. I don't remember him ever having a silver leg. What about you? This next one that didn't make the list is from Forrest Gump. Now, I remember this famous line as life. Mama always used to say life is like a box of chocolates. But that's not the line anymore. The line is life was like a box of chocolates. No matter how wrong that sounds. I better start marking these off as I bring them up, just in case so I don't repeat. Hey, Shangaloo Prepper. Are you into Mandelas? If you're into Mandelas, tell me about some Mandelas. Because the Mandela effects are widely popular. I like doing the videos. I share in a lot of them. So if you like the Mandela videos, and you know some Mandelas that maybe I haven't stumbled across yet, go ahead and mention them. Like the Bible verse changes. I find those fascinating. There's a lot of Mandelas with the Bible, but I don't have a lot of biblical knowledge. You know, there's the Lion and the Lamb one, which I can't remember verbatim off the top of my head, but that has changed. If anybody can fill in the blanks there, I'd appreciate it. But there's a lot of Bible changes that if I was a little more informed on the Bible, I'd be a little braver taking them on. I'm probably going to include some of the Bible ones in my next Mandela video. Yeah, Karen says, is a box of chocolates. Mama always said life is like a box of chocolates. Is like, not was like. That doesn't even make sense. Life was like what it used to be, like a box of chocolates, but it's not like a box of chocolates anymore. Come on. It's life is like a box of chocolates. This one's neat, and it has to do with the human anatomy, and this almost made it into the top 25 list too. But this has to do with the eye sockets in the human skull. The eye sockets in the human skull, I remember it as being as hollow. Now that could be because in art they are very often depicted as hollow, but they're not hollow. They're encased in bone. There's bone all the way around your eye socket in the back. Check out a human skull. It will probably look weird to you. It looked weird to me, but apparently that's the way it's always been. There have been other changes in human anatomy. Karen brought up the Kennedy limo. This was in my first Mandela Effect video that I put out on my channel, 15 Insane Mandela Effects, and I've been getting ripped apart about it since I posted it. Because this one, I also remember 4 people in the limo. But it's now 6 people in the limo. And there's weird things that have to do with that one. Like the car in the museum, in 2 different JFK museums or presidential museums, it's a 4-seater car. And why would you have an inaccurate representation in your museum exhibit? But I remember 4 in the car, but a lot of people are tearing me up about it and have been in the comment section ever since I loaded that video. But the people that get angry about Mandelas when they don't share in one, I think are missing the point of Mandela effects. Not everybody shares in every Mandela effect. But it is a phenomenon. Even if you don't share in it, even if you don't experience it, which I think is more fascinating than the people that do. Like my wife, for example, gets none of them. Not a single one. Like I'll come across something and I'll be like, this is mind blowing. Baby, listen to this. Blah. She's like, that's the way I always remembered it. Are we back? It looked like we just crashed for a second. I'm going to keep going just in case we are back. It's like I say, I'm learning YouTube. I usually stream from Facebook, but I'm learning YouTube because I want to promote my channel. We're at about 840 subscribers. I want to get us to 1,000 subscribers. That's my first little goal with YouTube, is to reach 1,000 subscribers, and we're not that far away from it. So I've decided to start trying out live feeds over here and see what the reception is like and whether or not I can promote through the live feeds and promote the channel and see if there is an audience for that over here on YouTube like on Facebook. Oh, I am back. Okay, thank you, Karen. Because it's a little confusing for me sometimes. Like I say, I'm used to Facebook. I'm getting used to YouTube. I like YouTube because it shows you better analytics. It shows you how many people are watching, how long they've been watching. It has a lot of cool things. But Al Angel says the F on the car Ford changed. Yes, it did. A lot of famous logos have changed. I'm going to bring up one, my favorite, and it did make it into the 25, but I'm going to try not to ruin very many from the list of 25 because I want you to check it out. The 25 top Mandelas that I just made on my YouTube channel. It's only about a week old. This one is on the list. Kit Kat. I remember Kit Kat as Kit Dash Kat. But it's not like that and never has been. It's always been Kit Kat smushed together. That aggravates the shit out of me. Because I know for a fact that Dash was there. I know it was. And I'm not alone in that, and that's what Mandelas are. It's when you have a very strong memory of something being a certain way, and it was never that way in this current reality. People have different theories on what's causing it. Probably the most popular theory is mass mismemory, which I think is fascinating, even if that's what it is. If Mandelas are only the phenomenon of masses of people misremembering certain things in the same way, that's fascinating by itself. But a lot of people think it goes a little deeper than that and think maybe the experiments being done at CERN are screwing with the fabric of space-time, screwing with reality. If you're not aware of what they're doing at CERN, CERN is a large hadron collider located in Sweden. And what they're doing there is messing with the God particle, the Higgs boson particle, among other things. But their main thing that they're trying to do is figure out the Higgs boson particle, which is the God particle, because they have decided that this particle is what holds everything together. So it's like the glue of the universe. They're messing with that. So many scientists, Stephen Hawking, all the way up until his death, was very against what's at CERN and said that we should not be messing with things that we don't understand just because we can. You know, we could be messing things up. And that's one of the smartest people considered to have ever lived. So I don't consider myself a scientist, but I know that a lot of scientists are afraid of what they're doing at CERN. I know that CERN at least plays up to apocalyptic imagery. They have a statue of Shiva, the god of destruction, right outside the facility. You can look that up for yourself. And they also have some very weird promotional materials where they do a lot of weird ritualistic dances and ceremonies. I'm getting a lot of warnings here. Apparently, I need to do some tweaking to my settings. Hopefully, it's not buffering too bad for you guys. Let me look at some of your comments. James says, in Isaiah, the wolf lies with the lamb now. I was a drug baby, drugged to church all week in the late 60s. LOL. The wolf lies with the lamb now. It used to be the lion, right? The lion and the lamb. That sounds right to me, and I'm not a biblical scholar. But now it's the wolf. See, that's fascinating. I want to get into more of the Bible ones. I want to include more of the Bible ones. Yeah, lion sounded right to me too. Wolf sounds wrong. It doesn't. But again, I worry about these because I'm not a biblical scholar. I'm not the type of person, even though I am Christian, I can't quote Bible verses to you. Most of the time, if I get in an argument with an atheist, they know the Bible way better than I do. But lion sounds right to me too. And it's the lion and the lamb. I'm almost positive of it. But I want to share some more of those because I am fascinated with the Bible changes with the Mandela. But let me get into some more of these honorable mentions that I've got written down, and you guys can add more in the comments. I love your comments, and I will respond to them. But this next one on my list didn't make it into my top 25, and the only reason why it didn't is because I experienced this Mandela. I strongly experienced this Mandela, but worry that it could have been just bad memory. So the 25 that I included in the video, I'm positive. I bet I could pass a lie detector test to the 25 in the video or the way I remember them. But this one, I'm a little iffy, but I'm real sure that the side view mirror on your car always used to say that objects in the mirror may be closer than they appear. Maybe. But now it says are closer than they appear. Well, it apparently always has. But I remember it as objects may be closer than they appear. So let me know how you remember it. Karen says she's pretty good with the Bible. Let me know when you do the Bible verses. It's probably going to be my next Mandela video. I like the Mandelas, and I usually do conspiracies. My main show on this channel, if you're a fan, is Conspiracy Theories and Chill, which is a show where we hang out. I'll make a short video on a conspiracy. We'll watch that video and then hang out and same as this, just go off the audience comments and talk about conspiracy theories. That's my main thing on this channel. But I like the Mandelas, even though they don't fully fit into a conspiracy theory. But like I said, they kind of do, because these experiments being done at CERN. Sorry, I'm going to fix that lighting. I just realized that was distracting. That's the other negative. I can't see everything. But these experiments they're doing at CERN, they don't know what they're messing with. You know, another theory that people think may have caused these Mandela effects is that the Mayans were right and the world did end in 2012. And ever since then, we've been skipping realities. Some kind of purgatory. I don't know. I don't know what's causing it or what it actually is. I just know that I don't believe that it's all just bad memory. There's hundreds of examples. I was able to put together a list of 25 that I just told you I could pass a lie detector. I would swear that they were the way that I remember them. So there's just too many examples for it all to be a coincidence. And like I said, even if it's a mismemory phenomenon, that many people misremembering things in the exact same way, isn't that interesting? Anywho, another grandfather of them all would be the Sinbad Genie movie. Now, if you try searching that now, you're going to find a Funny or Die Genie movie that they made with Sinbad. But you'll notice Sinbad is a lot older. What I'm talking about was in the 80s or early 90s. There was a movie where Sinbad played a genie. And I'm not talking about the one where Shaq played a genie. I'm talking about a different movie with Sinbad as a genie. Apparently never existed. I remember watching it. But the thing is, and I've noticed this in a lot of feeds where I watched that movie mentioned, and it's probably one of the reasons why it didn't make my top 25, even though I remember it, is because no one can remember what the movie was about. You know, people remember that there was a Sinbad Genie movie, but I've not found anybody that's given any kind of plot summary for the movie, which is weird, right? So, I mean, if there was a Genie movie, shouldn't there be some people that remember what the movie was about, remember the plot of the movie? And maybe you're one of those people and you just happen to be watching this feed. So if you are and you do remember what the Genie movie was about, go ahead and mention it. Oh, Owl Angel, that's a good one. What weapon was used to kill Martin Luther King? I'm going to butcher this. It's so weird trying to recount these off the top of your head, because you have the way you remember it, and then the way it is conflicting with that. So they fight each other in your head. But I remember Martin Luther King being shot by an assassin with a rifle. But isn't it now a pistol? Or do I have that backwards? Help me out with this, because sometimes they get confusing. Like, for a while, I was real confused on Febreze, the fabric softener spray, or the fabric freshener spray. I remember Febreze, and this is in the video, as double E's, Feebreze, which even makes sense because it's got breeze right there in the middle. But no, it's always just been one E in the middle. Febreze. That doesn't sound right to me. But the Martin Luther King one was fascinating. I didn't include it because I don't experience that one. So I'm real sure it's been switched to a handgun, right? But it was a rifle. James Earl Ray, right? Shot Martin Luther King with a sniper rifle. The more I say, the less sure I am. I'm going to shut up about Martin Luther King right now because these confuse me. Sometimes they do. Like earlier, I said Dr. Dre, Beats by Dr. Dre, when I remembered it as Beats by Dre. Here's another one that is in the video. And hopefully I've only given you like 3 or 4 from the video, so you'll still watch it. But Mirror, Mirror on the Wall from Snow White. This is a huge one for me. She said mirror, mirror on the wall. Now she says magic mirror on the wall. That's not even right. This makes me want to get into some of the movie ones that are in the video. But then you won't have any reason to watch the video. So check out, I got the link in the description. So check out top 25 favorite Mandela effects we just made for our channel. Or I just made. I don't know why I always say we. I guess I have a mouse in my pocket or something. But I'm pretty proud of that video. And I would like for you to check it out. But let me know, is there anything you guys want to talk about? Any Mandelas you want to bring up before we wrap up? I just wanted to do a little afternoon chat to talk about Mandelas a little while and to promote the new video and experiment a little more with live feeds on YouTube. If you guys like these, if you dig it, let me know, because I want to either figure out a way to stream to Facebook and YouTube simultaneously or maybe move over here. Now, with a conspiracy theory show and YouTube suppressing conspiracy theories, that might be a bad move too, but I don't know, I like it. So let me know what you think about the feeds over here. Hi, real dude. Let's see, is there any more that you guys mentioned? My mouse went dead. Is there any more that you guys mentioned that I want to get into real quick? Well, I'm through my list. Please watch that video, and thank you for hanging out with me and talking about Mandela effects. List any that you can think of in the description, because I will be working on a new Mandela effect video. I like doing these. You guys like watching them. I like making them for you. So I'm working on another one as we speak. I got a list going, but it is blank because I want my next one. A lot of these that I've done have Mandelas that go back my entire life. I want my next one to be ones that are all brand new. So, at least brand new to me. But I've covered all the classic ones, I think. I think I've covered all the classic ones to this point. If you watch, I have about 4 Mandela Effect videos here on the channel. And I've covered 50? Wait. No. About 60 different Mandela Effect examples in the different videos. And I think I've covered the classics, so I want to get into more of the brand new ones. And I would also like to do a Mandela Effect video about Jim Carrey. Have you ever looked into this little phenomenon? And I'll leave you with this. Jim Carrey actually does a lot of Mandelas in his movies, in his ad-libs from different movies, like Hello, Clarice. He says that in Cable Guy. Well, Hello, Clarice isn't in Silence of the Lambs. There's many other examples of that, of him riffing, and he'll say things that are Mandelas. That's a fascinating one too. Look into that, and I'll probably make a video having to do with that. But I would also like to go into the people not affected by Mandelas. I think that's fascinating too. But the ones like my wife, like I told you, she gets none of them. She doesn't experience or share a single Mandela effect with me. But thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think of these live feeds over here on YouTube. And if you like them and you dig them, go ahead and remember to share and subscribe. And click the little bell icon so you get notified when we upload new videos. Thank you guys for coming, and I'll see you next time right here from me on Things and Stuff.